On this episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, I am back. I apologize, guys. It's episode 274. I know it was going last week. I had some Valentine's Day travel, but I'm back now. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. My quick reactions to the Super Bowl. I know that's a long time ago, but just a lot of reactions and stuff about it. You didn't hear my reaction to it, so I'll talk about a little bit about that. All-Star Weekend just passed. Talk about that out there in LA. Night of the Seventh Kingdom. Oh man, episodes 4 and 5 off the hook. Got that to talk about. Some albums dropped. Baby Keem is coming out, reacting to the J. Cole podcast. A lot of stuff to talk about today, and a little bit of time to do it. So let's get right to it. It's the Best of Bias Podcast, starring yours truly, Lydell Dinero. And we back. And like Dojo what is he trapped up in? But anyways, just like Gojo, we locked in and we ready to go. It's the Best of Bias Podcast with that theme song at us right here.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. It's the best of bias.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and we back. It's the Best of Bias Podcast, your favorite podcast of the winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever season it is. Your boy is here, and we ready to get down. Yeah, welcome to listeners, old listeners. Thank you back, family members. Thank you. Let me put this shit on Do Not Disturb really quickly so I don't get distracted. I'm back, everybody. I am back. I know. I was gone a week. And like I said, like Gojo when he was sealed. Your boy is locked in now. Coming back from SD. You already know how I get down. But firstly, hey, we on YouTube. We on YouTube, right? Like, subscribe, share right now. Lydell Dinero's Best of Bias Podcast. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of the new podcasts. We're on episode 274 today. Episode 275 is coming. 276 to infinity. So don't miss a new podcast. Tell your friends about it. Let's expand this family and get this shit going in 2026. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, how are you guys, man? It's been a week, man. I know. I was gone. Y'all didn't have to play. Y'all didn't hear my insight on a couple of things. How y'all feeling? How y'all rocking? Did y'all have a good Valentine's Day? You know what I mean? Did you find somebody to love? Were you loved on? You know what I'm saying? Did you get some candy for the kids out there? You get some good candy, some good Valentine's Day cards at school? How was everybody's holiday? You know what I mean? Hopefully it was good for everyone. If it was bad for some people, I like to hear your stories too. You know what I'm saying? Everything can't all be hunky-dory all the time, you know what I'm saying? I know some people maybe broke up on Valentine's Day. Some people don't even celebrate Valentine's Day. So however you spent it, I hope it was good for you in whatever way you preferred, if you know what I mean. Me personally, I did go to San Diego to visit Verons. We had a good time out there, you know what I'm saying? Went to Little Italy, tried some Italian food, you know what I'm saying? I was craving a pasta, and she wanted a little seafood pasta. So we went somewhere to have some fun. Shout out to Verons for hosting. Every time I come out there, I have so much fun. Visited a bookstore, you know what I'm saying? Picking up a book. When's the last time you picked up a book? I get it. Audiobooks are cool and they're hip right now. Everybody's listening to podcasts and stuff like that. But when's the last time you picked up a book? I was in one of the best bookstores I've ever seen out there in San Diego. It was in Coronado, if I'm not mistaken. No, it wasn't in Coronado. We didn't go there for Coronado. Coronado was the restaurant, but it was someplace downtown. If you guys are from San Diego, I may be getting the location wrong, but it's called the Verbatim Bookstore. Super Harry Potter Hogwarts vibes. You guys saw it on my story. It was awesome. Went in there and picked up some books. You know, I got to give me a comic or two. Got me a comic book, you know what I'm saying? Trying to catch up on the boys, see what's going on in the new season to come, how they're going to end it. You know, some stories, some continuations. Maybe I'll see in Gen V. You know what I'm saying? So got a little bit of that. And then I got a book. I forgot exactly what it's called. I think it was called Limitless, a way to unlock your brain. You know, kind of like a strategy self-help book. You know what I mean? I just got Fourth Wing, start my fantasy collection. I'll get on that before Michael B. Jordan dropped that TV show. So my literature collection is growing. Got my Charlemagne books. Definitely got that Will Smith book. You know what I'm saying? I haven't read many of them yet, but I still want to grow the collection. I have it for, you know, times I do want to disconnect and actually get out there and read again. Cause I think that's becoming a lost thing in our society now. Everybody wants to get on their phones. Everybody wants to audiobook, podcast, watch Netflix, get the information from the internet. But what happened to the creativity of molding your thoughts around a good book, having the author steer your way through a good book? Shout out my mom, actually. Shout out Sherry Bundy. Sorry, I gotta call her by her name so you guys know who she is. She just put out a book called Shadows in the Blue. Let me make sure that's right. Shadows in the Blue. Shadows in Blue? Hold on, let me get that right for y'all. So y'all can go get that. It's on Amazon right now. I'm very proud of her for getting it done. It was a goal of hers to get this book completed by her birthday, retire. And she did that, man. She set that goal. It's a really good book. Took some stories from our family, mixed it with some fantasy, some nonfiction. Or is it fiction or nonfiction? See, I'm trying to pull my literature up. But it's a great book. Go check it out. I got my copy. You go get yours now. Let me just make sure I get this title right because I don't want to be here sitting here talking and not know what the frick I'm talking about. Let me see. Shadows in Blue. Find it on Amazon right now. Hopefully you get some bookstores, get some physical copies so I can get me a signature on that. Hopefully she does some book signings so you guys can meet the talented woman behind the book herself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of you. So proud of you, mother. Thank you for setting a great example, setting the pathway of creativity, work ethic that we exemplify me and Ashwash now to grind and get shit done the way it needs to be done. And you've done that and more over the years, over definitely my 35 years of life. And you doing this, accomplishing a goal this big. I know how tedious the process was, how hard it was to sit down and do those edits over and over again and make your piece of work the way you want it, perfect the way it is. Gonna be perfect when you guys read it. A lot of work went into that, so I hope you guys enjoy Shadows in Blue by Sherry Bundy. Go check that out again. It's on Amazon right now. Quick plug right there. And go check out Beautiful Struggle too, man. All the workout gear. Shout out Ashwash doing everything out there as a workout coach, man. We working out here in the family. We trying to get shit done. And I love the mold. And happy Black History Month because this is some shit that needs to be celebrated, man. Some shit that needs to be talked about more, glorified more. You know, we be glorifying the wrong shit sometimes. And shit like writing a book and getting back into literature. It's something that's almost been taken from our culture and just kind of made obsolete. So get back into it. Join this journey with me. Maybe we can start a book club or something within the Best of Bias Media and get some shit going because I will be reporting back to y'all with some shit that I've read and I will be reporting back to you guys about the Shadows in Blue. So go check it out yourself. But yeah, in San Diego, I did have a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to be around the one you love. You know what I'm saying? You're in that warmth. You're vibing off the energy. Happy Chinese Lunar New Year. And I heard that was a time to reset and vibe off the energies and just release all the old shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the release is for you, release all the bad toxins and start anew. Just know that opportunities are there for you, man. And especially to find somebody you love, find somebody that loves you. Just being loved in general feels so good. Shout out to all the lovers out there. Shout out to all the couples out there that had a great time. We see y'all on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Even though some of them may not be real couples, they just stunting for the internet. But shout out to all the couples and all the families, all my friends out there who created beautiful families. Those who just got married. Oh man, I love love, and we always get caught up in the monetary version and going out there and spending money, getting the best gifts for your significant other, and that's how you measure what they mean to you when it comes to this holiday. But I'm glad that hopefully this year you're able to take it back down to the basics, and even if you didn't do nothing hella extravagant for your significant other, if you don't have one for somebody that you're trying to get to know in that way, hopefully they just appreciated your company. Cause that nowadays everybody don't get that, you know what I'm saying? Just to be in the presence of somebody that cares about them, loves them, or is interested in them. Some people are just sitting at home behind a computer screen like me, not necessarily like me, but you know what I mean? And don't get that one-on-one interaction ever since COVID. So, you know what I'm saying? Be gracious for what you got. You know what I mean? We're hearing every day how people go crazy, have mental health issues, and it could be based on not being loved enough or having anybody to love them or guide them in the right way. So, it means more than just getting gifts and making sure you having sex that night or some bullshit like that. Just make sure you love on somebody, show love to somebody. It may not have to be a significant other. Somebody passing along the street, I always like to promote smiling at them, saying what's up, head nod. That alone could just brighten somebody's day, stop them from doing something, they may have wanted to do themselves. You know what I'm saying? Something as simple as that can make somebody's day, man. So go out there and do that. Hopefully you did do that on the Valentine's Day, and continue it throughout the fucking year, man. Don't stop on Valentine's Day. Continue to show love and love everybody around you, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep spreading that love every time I'm on this pod. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So enough of the mushy stuff. Hope you guys had a good holiday. You know what I was doing. I'm sorry for not being here. Let's get into these topics real quick. Sports. I know everybody's been talked out of the Super Bowl. The game was terrible. You already know. Sam Darnold. I think I may have talked about these results already, but it's more so the halftime show and the reaction to it. Me personally, I had a good time, man. Though I didn't know all the Bad Bunny songs, I know of Bad Bunny. Hey, there's American artists that I don't know all the catalog of or really know their best songs. But I do respect artistry. If the music does sound good, though I may not know it, though it may not be super important or super known to me, I know it's known to somebody out there, very popular to a bunch of people, and I know it's for something. It's not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I personally respect everything that comes into performing on the stage, down to the nerves, the talent, to be able to perform your talent in front of millions of people. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not really used to that kind of perfectionism, and I give kudos to anybody who is able just to go out there. I know they have practice all over the world and everything leads up to those points like the Super Bowl, but I just, Beyonce's the best performers of the world, Bruno Mars, Chris Brown, just to go out there and do what you have to do. Remember every word, dance, hit your notes, hit your keys, get along with the choreographers, have a good, be in place, have the show. It's all crazy to me. Nigga like me go on stage, stumble over a word and just be lost the whole show and just not know, you know what I'm saying? And then do multiple shows all over the country. That's impressive, man. So, hey, kudos to anybody that can get out there and do it. Fuck all the haters. All publicity, is good publicity in a way. People are going to hate on you regardless. And if they weren't hating, that means you're not making a big enough impact. People would kill to be in the Super Bowl in that Bad Bunny spot. And for him to be able to get that opportunity and have his talent recognized, not only in the Grammys, but around the world during the Super Bowl, it was tight, man. He told his story from being from Puerto Rico. He spoke up against ICE in his way. And he's really, adamant on, he's trying to fight, the fight with love, spread love and awareness, let people know how, the positive side of being Latino or Hispanic or whatever race you are. If you're not American or you're an immigrant, you know what I'm saying? He's just trying to show that, we all want to come here for love, peace, and prosperity. But, not all of us are bad. There could be a couple of bad apples in the group, but to just completely villainize multiple races of people just because you feel like they don't deserve to be here based off a couple of examples of people is kind of crazy. Bad Bunny is kind of global now, so he kind of has to take the PR route of saying what he's trying to say. Some people may have thought it wasn't enough that he was, at the Grammys that he was speaking out. Maybe he was saving it for the Super Bowl to make his big statement, but he did it in his own way, man. You can't hate on Bad Bunny for it. People hating on Jay-Z right now for giving him the opportunity, how there's only been people of color doing the Super Bowl halftime show. There's always going to be something for somebody to say. I think it was executed beautifully. Next year they can, whiteify it however you guys want. You know what I'm saying? Make it super mainstream. Have the K-pop Demon Slayer ladies come out there and do whatever. I don't know. Do what you need to do. But I think it's big business. They have to diversify it. And I'm happy Bad Bunny got his his recognition. And if, he's at his pinnacle right now. So let him have his pinnacle. He deserves it. He worked hard. What he did for Puerto Rico. Just all the shit that he's doing behind the scenes. We got to see it all come to fruition in an American showcase like the Super Bowl. But I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I'm kind of upset. I know halftime is always the big draw to the Super Bowl. But me personally, it's about the football anyways. Even though this football game, this Super Bowl in the past wasn't really exciting at all. And basically the halftime show was everything to talk about since the game was so bad. Years to come, I think, the Super Bowl performance is going to be an afterthought. If it wasn't really if the country wasn't super hyper focused on, the immigration and the whole ICE, confrontation right now that's going on in the country, I think the whole Bad Bunny thing wouldn't be looked at as big as it is right now. next year they're going to have somebody perform that they're barely going to pay attention to the game or pay attention to the halftime show because it's going to be Patrick Mahomes versus motherfucking the Patriots or some shit. It's going to be a high caliber game, and the halftime show is going to be an afterthought. I mean, it's always going to be a big thing for the Super Bowl, but so was the commercials. Now the commercials are shit. You know what I mean? The performances are going to be big no matter what, but again, it's ultimately just 15 minutes of a 3-hour game. You know what I'm saying? And again, next year's game is going to be way better. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So we ain't got to worry about and talk about the fucking Super Bowl halftime show for 3 weeks and just appreciate it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Bad Bunny. Love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Loved all the people appeared on stage. Pedro Pascal, I know I saw him. Shout out Ronald Acuna, of course, holding it down for the Braves. Jessica Alba, Cardi B, of course. Everybody that was on stage. All the little hidden meetings that Bad Bunny was able to incorporate. I love it. All that bullshit that the Republicans and all the super American people were doing for the real halftime show in Kid Rock. I don't know why you guys make Kid Rock the poster boy for racism. He might be racist himself, but if you're still gonna fucking choose somebody to try to, we're gonna have a halftime show with this guy, pick somebody good, bro. Kid Rock ain't been hot since what, 1999? You know what I'm saying? Or since Joe Dirt. That was the last time I seen fucking Kid Rock was in Joe Dirt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyways, all this shit is fucking crazy. But football is over, man. We're moving on to basketball. We're in a lull kind of in basketball right now. We're in the All-Star weekend just passed this last weekend. I have some mixed feelings about it, man. Me personally, it is the Olympics, so maybe it kind of fell on a weird kind of weekend for the NBA All-Star weekend. But for everything to start so early in the weekend on Valentine's Day weekend, y'all gotta be goddamn ashamed of yourself. You know he's gonna be outside. You know he's gonna be with people or significant others. We ain't gonna be able to just stop what we're doing at 12 o'clock noon to watch the Rising Stars Challenge. We ain't gonna be able to stop what we're doing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to watch this dunk contest and 3-point contest. Shout out to everything though, man. 3-point contest is always live. Shout out Damian Lillard for not playing a game this season, coming out and busting everybody's ass in the 3-point contest. Devin Booker missing a couple of shots. He could have won it, but you know, Book's gonna book. Shout out Dame and Keyshawn Johnson from Oakland, also Bay Area, holding it down in the All-Star games. Won the dunk contest, and again, dunk contest is nothing really to talk about, anyways, because I think we've seen it all. We have people that can really dunk probably out there that the best dunkers in the world are YouTube guys or guys that are not NBA really worthy. And the people that should be going to dunk that would bring notoriety to it aren't going to do it because of ego type things. I don't know why people are more willing to participate in the 3-point contest and lose in the 3-point contest than to participate in the dunk contest and potentially lose. I mean, I guess it's more embarrassing to lose in the dunk contest because there's been some really embarrassing shit happening in the dunk contest, starting with Jace Richardson knocking his head against the ground trying to do some kind of dunk that was straight out of NBA Live 2001. But he knocked his noggin, you feel me? Dad was, I don't know if he was too proud after that performance, but yeah, Keyshawn Johnson was jumping over E40, dancing after everything, making it fun, so I guess that warrants 50s. Shout out him, no hate, but something has to happen with the dunk contest for people to actually care about it. 3-point contest, at least you get the bigger guys as the more prominent players. Steph Curry's of the world, not this year, but Jamal Murray was in that, even though he shouldn't have been, only got 18 out in the first round. But Colin Knippel went off in the first round, but you know, wet the bed when it comes to shooting with the big boys, Booker and Dame Lillard. But yeah, it's a cool little. But they have Bobby Portis in there, Donovan Mitchell. Like, these guys aren't really 3-point shooters. But again, I'm sure it's kind of hard to find people to participate. Me personally, I would have put Sabrina and Caitlin in there. Just mixed it up a little bit. Maybe put some special competitions. Have some special shooters from YouTube come out there. You guys have enough influencers and celebrities like that out there doing shit anyways. You pull some of these guys that actually play hoop and people are known and kind of famous in the hoop realm. Invite them to the game. Put them in the celebrity game so we know actually some of the celebrities in the game. Instead of watching these social influencers that half the people don't know. If you're going to put them on TV, half the people don't know. And you put the game on a really obscure time, like on Friday afternoon. It was kind of weirdly set up. The biggest draw was the final game. The All-Star game on Sunday night. Me personally, I didn't watch it. I'm really disappointed because I heard really good things. I heard between the Stars and Stripes team, the American teams, they were really going hard. After Jokic didn't really play at all. He has a knee injury, so he doesn't really take it serious anyways. But he's coming off a knee injury in the regular season, and he's on a minutes restriction anyway. So him not playing and Luka is actually being hurt and not really playing in the regular season either. Didn't really play at all. Kind of put the team world at a disadvantage. Wembanyama being 20 years old and 19, always trying to show off and try to be the best player out there, which is not a bad thing for the All-Star game, but hey, you fuck around and get hurt trying to play hard and win an All-Star game MVP, your team's going to be pissed at you. That's something you probably learn over time, but, he's ultra competitive right now, trying to prove himself in the NBA. There's a couple of guys ahead of him in the NBA right now that he's trying to just prove that he's better than by going extra hard, the whole OKC type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Play hard. You're young. You don't know no better. This is a marathon, not a race, but he wants to play hard in the All-Star game. Him and Ant Edwards are going to play hard no matter what. His game is kind of fluent and kind of 21-y anyways. He's playing 21 in the backyard with the homies. He can go out there and do that in the All-Star game all day. That's why he won MVP. But Team World, without Jokic and without Luka, was going to get dragged by the guys that really wanted to play. Ant Edwards, Kawhi Leonard having 31 points, balling out, looking like retro Kawhi. Again, I didn't see this, but I'm hearing all these things and getting a lot of good feedback from the fans regarding the format. So I don't know how good 3 teams works because one team's going to have to play 3 times with little rest. It's kind of awkward, especially for the team that gets to wait and play the team after they play Team World. I don't know if you can get enough players to have 2 Team Worlds. Actually they did. I thought they have 4 teams because they do bring over the G League team that won the Rising Stars Challenge to play one of the 2 teams or something like that. So I think they did have a little break there in the middle, but yeah, we'll see, man. I still don't think the All-Star game is going to really get taken seriously unless you bring that prize money up and make more of that award you get for being an MVP and add prize money to that. Though these players are making a lot of money anyways, that competition, being a hooper, it just brings the best out of you, and I think that'll work to get everybody playing as hard as possible. I think this is the highest watched NBA All-Star game in 15 years. So they did what they needed to do. Adam Silver, made it more competitive by splitting it up. Just it's starting at 4:00. It's just a lot, man. I miss All-Star nights, especially in LA. Like, come on now. Stop putting it on in the middle of the day. Olympics can wait, man. I don't know if the Olympics have super bad reviews right now, so you're doing everything you can to get everybody to tune in, but bro, Winter Olympics ain't it. Shout out America in the Winter Olympics and get all the medals you can and shit like that, hold it down, but bro, there's only so much luge and curling I can actually watch, so we're gonna have to get that shit together. But NBA All-Star Weekend was cool. I'm ready to get back to the regular season now. Happy that the team got a rest and we can possibly get healthy and get this home stretch ready. Only about 20 more games to go, and we need to win some games. So I'm kind of happy that Jokic and Jamal didn't go super, super duper hard in the game, and we can continue to get that rest. Hopefully Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown, Cam Johnson, Spencer Jones, everybody comes back healthy and is ready to hoop. Let's get right back in form. We're still in 3rd place, but man, we need to create some separation between the 4th team and gain on OKC, who has SGA out. He was playing in the All-Star game too, but he hasn't been playing in the regular season, so that's kind of crazy for him to actually go hard as well. But we'll see, man. All-Star game is still, something to be garnered. I don't know. People still like it, and it's still cool to see the players that are never really going to play together get to play together for a little bit for a cool little exhibition game. But personally, man, I saw some people getting out of the way for layups at the beginning of the game. Jokic's not playing. I was like, all right, this will be some bullshit still. And I guess during the, second bit of it, the later games, it really got heated up. And, just like when they had the target score and everybody started playing hard towards the end of the game, they actually had that going a lot during the last game since there's a target score and just kind of time to get to that target score. So cool stuff. Moving over into pop culture. I know this has been a couple of weeks now, but I want to shout out J. Cole, for putting out another classic album, man. The Fall Off. Hey, man. I was letting you guys know it was coming out, kind of giving my opinions on that before it came out, just what to expect and kind of stuff like that. But as the album dropped, I'm coming back to you to tell you that he dropped another classic album, man. Me personally, I am a hip hop head as far as it goes. I wouldn't say J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers. He's definitely in the top 10 for me, absolutely. As far as rappers that I listen to, lyrically, I can definitely see him being in the top 3 right now. That's the age-old comment of the top three. I'm sorry, and he kind of addresses that in this album. This is an album for his hometown. I like where he was coming from in the album. He did what he needed to do as far as addressing people that talk shit about him, bowing out in the rap battle. As far as it pertains to him being one of the best rappers in the game, I think it was kind of silly for people to think that just because he backed out of the battle and didn't want to go where Kendrick and Drake was going, you can just automatically knock him out of the top 3 rappers just because you want to engage that way. And I think this album kind of shows that, yeah, though you guys might think that, his talent is undeniable. He has a whole bunch of different vibes on this album, from 2-6 to Who the Fuck Is You, and vibes like that, just kind of showcasing the skills that he has. Then he has songs called Legacy, Poor Things, Bruce Road Blues with Tim's and Future that just kind of show his different side and his versatility. Shows the scale of his production. He said that he used a lot of his own beats and his own production in here, and people that are really music heads can tell because his beats and stuff were really distinct to him, especially his beat selection. The beats that he didn't make himself, people can tell. And those were the best vibes. People thought Bombs in the Ville, I thought was very, very interesting. Old Dogs, of course, was very interesting. Double Disc, man. At 39 intro. Run a Train, Safety. From top to bottom, there can be something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? People kind of try to doubt Cole's song making abilities and his replayability for his albums. For the true hip hop heads that don't really, aren't really into the newer sounding hip hop, the whole no substance, kind of more so dancey dance and just make music for people to move their bodies to, for the kids to go crazy to. J. Cole, hey, he took you to where it needs to be. He took you to where hip hop is meant to be. It was in the 2000s, late 2000s, and it just displays J. Cole's hip hop skills above other people. Gave you an insight to where he's from. The whole promotion for the album was very where he's from. His whole style is me, except me for me. I'm gonna be me no matter what, and this is from where I'm from and not for the rest of the world to judge. If you love me, then you love me for who I am and you know what I do. If you're judging me for not being like everybody else, fuck you, and this is what I can do lyrically, above all that bullshit that you're looking for. Listen to me tell my stories, listen to how I grew up. Listen to my talk shit records. Listen to my rapidy rap records. There's a little something for everybody, and I respect that a lot. If you don't have it, download it now. It's in DSPs right now. Definitely an 8 out of 10 album for me. Again, from bottom to top, if you listen to this album, you may be picky, have some skips in there, but you can respect everything he does, especially from the mindset of, this is me going back to my roots. People think I fell off, but this is what I do. This is what I can do. This is what I've been doing my whole career. Here's a journey. And hey, I might be out for a while, but you're going to respect this piece of work that I put out. Double Disc. How many songs total? 24 songs. So I appreciate it. It did 300. Well, they said 280K in the first week. People projected it at 300K, but I guess that's with YouTube songs and stuff like that didn't officially count. But it did pass up Don Toliver's first week, even though Don Toliver and J. Cole right now are having the 2 top albums on the Billboard charts right now, and in everybody's hearts. That Don Toliver's album is the party record you can throw on a party, get going, dance. And J. Cole album, you have everything for if you want to chill, smoke, roll something up, be introspective. They have shit you can get hyped to, throw on at a party as well. A little bit of everything for everybody, man. And albums right now, especially in early 2026 with ASAP dropping, we had the J. Cole drop, and then we had Don Toliver drop. We're about to get Baby Keem this weekend, something I'm really, 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 really looking forward to. It's been a while, I think 4 years since we heard Baby Keem before, and we heard a lot about this PG Lang thing going on with Kendrick Lamar. He has a label that's away from TDE, but we haven't heard from Baby Keem in a while. We heard all the shit that Kendrick Lamar was doing, but we didn't really hear from Baby Keem. So hearing from him now, seeing that he's coming out with an album called Casino, coming out this weekend. When you're hearing this, hopefully it'll be out now. You'll be able to hear what's going on. And I think it's going to be an amazing project. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can hit those numbers that J. Cole hit, close to that. He does have a cult following, but I don't think it's as big. He hasn't put in as much work as J. Cole did. But hey man, he's one of those guys that's behind the scenes helping produce some of the biggest Kendrick hits, you know, putting on for Kendrick Lamar and coming off the residuals, man. The big three gotta drop, you know, gotta pass the torch to somebody. People say J. Cole got Jid, Kendrick Lamar got Baby Keem. We don't know exactly who Drake is passing on yet, you know, or trying to pass the torch to. He's still trying to get back, I wouldn't say get back on, but getting back in a positive light with the public himself. But once he does, if he does, we're going to see a new crop coming through. It's going to be just as amazing when these current top three, current however order you put them, step down. And J. Cole is supposedly walking away now. He says he may be on the production side of people, helping produce and stuff like that. They do some features here and there, but he is saying that this album, The Fall Off, is going to be his last. I think he did say there was, I think he said it's a boy. It was a mixtape that he was going to put out, but with the mixtape he put out before the album, with the album being a double disc, he didn't want to flood you guys too much with too much material. So who knows if he's really done, but hey man, keep flooding us, man. The Baby Keem is coming out. I'm excited to see that. I haven't heard really any singles yet. He did put out a documentary previewing some music, but with Drake coming out, Ty Dolla $igns and Leon Thomas, they have a single coming out on the 20th, man. Hey, music is popping right now in 2026. Everybody slept on it towards the end of, especially hip hop, towards the end of 2025 and kind of saying it was dying, didn't have no records on the charts. But now, man, we back up, man. Starting the year great. Hopefully the momentum continues and we can still continue to champion artists that are out right now, not just keep trying to find new artists to be flash in the pan artists, but kind of nurture the artists that are already here that didn't really get their break back in the day. Like Denzel Curry, man. His whole scythe thing he's doing with ASAP Ferg and everybody, finally getting that notoriety that he deserves in the mainstream. That in the past he was there. He's been here forever. I mean, I remember hearing Denzel Curry back in the day, and he's been hustling. But now for him to get his mainstream notoriety and push some lyricists that be out there spitting that really don't get the recognition they need. But now, man, push those doors open, man. Everybody's putting out music right now, and the tension is here. So keep pushing. Shout out everybody on the R&B side too. Kehlani's supposed to be dropping at the end of March, I believe. Shout out, who else just dropped? Shout out LMA just dropped. Brent Faiyaz, Icon just dropped. Icon, to me, man, I'm still listening. I need another listen through. He did a little something different on this album, man. I'm trying to find my couple records that I can bring back to you guys and say I'm really feeling to get you guys to go download. But hey, download the album anyways. You know we fucks with Brent Faiyaz on the pod. No matter, you know, if it's a hit or miss, we're gonna respect, you know, the art for what it is. And if it's your favorite artist, you always want to support, man. Especially how they fucking artists out of money nowadays. If you could just hit download on your DSPs, even if it's just 1 or 2 cents that the artist gets in their pocket, do what you can, man. Respect. And I will get back to that because you already know how I feel about Brent Faiyaz, and I ain't gonna do y'all like that. Larussell right now, man. Shout out Larussell. People are on his head, bro. You know what I'm saying? Chill on Larussell, bro. Chill on Larussell, man. We've seen the growth of Larussell started in his backyard, performing, letting people in, making music on the underground, album after album, letting fans pay what they wanted for him, having this model of independence that everybody grew to learn and love. Love the boy with the Crocs from Vallejo, the spitter, the rhyme, the talent is undeniable. But everybody started to catch on and follow him based on his independent stance and how he was independent for so long, making money the right way, making noise, getting notoriety the right way. But it seems like after he was noticed by Jay-Z and Roc Nation and signed to them, all this negativity kind of went his way, man. And I feel sorry for him because not only did he deny Roc Nation the first time they came to the table and try to hit him with a predatory deal, they came back after noticing how he was moving independently and making all his money and making his company, good company, known to everybody around the world on his own terms. After signing that deal, which I'm assuming, and after he definitely says on his Instagram, check out his Instagram because there's a lot of false narrative being pushed about my boy You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold it down for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the super. I can't claim to you I know every Larussell song in the world, but how he moves and how he's putting on for the Bay and showing the Bay Area artists the way, even the OGs that have already been in the game for a while, how he's moving is different. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? Just taking a little bit of something, how he's moving, and the artists nowadays being able, or the artists in the Bay now being able to use this notoriety to shine. Um, it's all to be looked at as inspirational in the way that internets, you know what I'm saying? Everybody hates Rock Nation right now, especially with the Tory Lanez and the Meg Thee Stallion stuff. Everybody hates Jay-Z, wants to connect them with the Epstein files, and for Larussell to preach independence and be that artist to fight against the system, to sign with Rock Nation as a management company, and him still maintain his rights, his what's the word I'm looking for? Still remain what is the shit for the songs? His masters. He's to keep his masters, his publishing, all the shit, all the direction of his company, good company. It's all up to him. He's just signed to Rock Nation as management to help get more eyes on him, help him perform at the Super Bowl pregame when it's in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But once he did that and signed with the corporation that everybody hates, all the stories came out, interviews that he did about Lil Wayne, clips taken out of substance, saying that Lil Wayne don't be talking about nothing in his raps. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I had to talk on this comment because you know how big of a Wayne head I am. What he's saying is definitely was taken out of context, but what he said is what he said. You know what I'm saying? Though it was taken out of context, it is kind of bad for him to be saying that Lil Wayne, when he was rapping, wasn't really talking about nothing sometimes. Though he said he did love Lil Wayne, to say that he don't be talking about nothing when he raps in some of his songs. It's true. Some of his songs he do just be rapping to say, oh, I can rap better than you. I can say this, Weezy F Baby, and the F is for phenomenal type shit. Just saying shit that he can say just because he's him. The swagger of it all. But when it comes down to some songs that he did have substance on, How to Love, Hustler Music, I want to say, hey man, Ask Them Hoes to me was super. Not only did he use metaphors, he was talking about fucking hoes, and very descriptive. I can't say it didn't say it was. He wasn't talking about nothing. He was talking about something, but it wasn't appropriate for us to listen to. If he was saying stuff like that, maybe I'd appreciate it a little bit more. But hey, Lil Wayne was out there talking, especially when he was in features. He was killing shit. I am the beast. Feed me rappers or feed me beats. Like, I think he was saying shit the most when he was talking about how good a rapper he is. But when it came down to a lot of the songs that really had meaning to him, he got awards for them, but they weren't necessarily my favorite songs. You know what I mean? There's different ways to be a superstar artist. You gotta have the songs for the club, for people to dance to, people to recognize your skills. And then there's time for the seriousness and the ultra, spoken word, super insightful songs. And sometimes if an artist stuck to that super insightful songs, and it has to be a deep meaning to every song, he wouldn't be as popular as he is right now. I get it, you know what I mean? That's the kind of music Larussell makes. He likes his words to have a meaning, him to be talking about something. If he's on a verse, he's going to be rapping about something and making it relevant to the topic of the song, blah, blah, blah. And I respect him for that. But sometimes that kind of pigeonholes artists into not being able to catch traction on songs that people actually like. You got to be versatile to especially catch one in this market and stay on that wave. You can't just stay in one box because it'll be flash in the pan. And who am I? I'm not the most expert on making music or making music for consumers to consume, but I am a consumer. I know what I like personally, and people do kind of like my taste in music. So I kind of call myself a taste creator in a way, and can let you know certain things about a song that I don't like and I do like, and how a layout of an album can influence how much I like the album and can prove the versatility of the artist. If the subject matter changes and he can have different styles and still go with the flow and still have me bobbing my head and still grooving and shaking the way I need to groove and shake, it's something in that. But, and again, I love Larussell. I love everything he's about. His rap talent, again, undeniable. Any beat he's on, any flow he's on, any person he's on, I'm sure he can kill that song. But there is something that he still needs to make it super, super mainstream. People are getting on him right now because he's like, hey, he has 40 albums, and I can't name one song he has. Hey, bro, I still kind of feel like that's a lot of Bay Area hate. Bay Area artists aren't pushed like every artist from all over the country. But I bet before the year's over, you will know a bunch of Larussell songs. He will he's going to continue to be himself no matter what. And I think that's the kind of the reason for this interview here. He's staying 100% genuinely himself, has opinions as an individual that he's going to speak on no matter what. And he wants to show that he is a person. He's not hidden behind a corporate wall or super PR trained to not say shit when asked. And this one just kind of bit him the wrong way. He did put out the full clip, kind of clearing up what he said, but you know, in some people's eyes, especially in hip hop, with Lil Wayne being their favorite rapper, anything you say towards the rapper, even taken out of context at all, they're gonna come for you, and it is gonna be what it is. But you know, after he gets over this rough patch and gets a little more media training, and Jay-Z and that management team gets behind him and lets him know what's gonna happen, what's to come, and how just to move. You know, you want to be for the people and be super transparent with everybody, and that's how you came up, and that's how you got everybody's hearts. But at the same time, that transparency, it can cause mental strain, and sometimes there's a reason why you can't be 100% open and 100% you all the time. And this is going to be a lesson for him. But shout out Larussell, man. Still love him no matter what happens, man. You got my support. And we know what you meant. I love Wayne, for one of the biggest Lil Wayne fans out there. We know what you meant, and you don't hold no grudges for that, man. No matter how old you are, when you came up, when Wayne was rapping, people came into Lil Wayne at different points in their career, especially if you're an artist or a rap artist. You'll go back and listen to it all now and become back more educated. And this interview is going to hang over your head for a while, and for you to go do some research. And I know you're well researched already, but when you come back and show that you was really a Wayne head and you know everything about the songs and how the breakdowns, and show a little bit of knowledge, people will forget about it and forgive you anyways, man. You're too likable for people to even try to hate on you the way that they're trying to hate. So I think it'll pass in due time. But keep doing your thing. Shout out music right now. And I'll be back with some stuff to let you guys know some songs I'm listening to and what's cracking out there in the music world, because I can't just be bragging up and talking at this music and you guys not really listening to it. So check out my page, man. Check out the Instagram, Best of Bias Instagram page for the new music updates. I'll let you guys know what's going on. And the streetwear, man. There's some really good shoe releases coming out soon. I have to get on here in the podcast and talk about some shoe releases, show some of my new releases that I'm trying to get. I'm still trying to get the Nike Minds, y'all. If y'all got the Nike Minds out there, let me know. Holla at your boy, because we need those. We need those. And who you all think will win in the verses, man? There's some drama going on out there. 50 Cent attacking T.I. now because he was on the show, and T.I. said the only person that really could hang with T.I. or in the verses would be 50 Cent. And 50 Cent, I don't think, really wants that smoke. I think it's more so just a kind of like a ploy to kind of take the scent off of, the pressure off of 50 Cent. But I don't think he wants that smoke. Who y'all think would win in the verses between 50 Cent and T.I.? I think T.I. got the hits. It's very, 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 very underrated with those hits, bro. Very, 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 very underrated with the hits. I know 50 Cent had his time, and his first two albums were super, super strong. And he got some singles, man, maybe some features, but T.I.'s run was crazy. I know sometimes these artists get a little older and the younger generation kind of forgets about the artists, and you see 50 Cent online trolling people a lot. He got Power and all these movie stuff going, and he's up right now. So it's like, okay, he has to be better of an artist, has to have a better of career. Man, T.I., from Rubber Band Man on, it has to be at least 10 to 12 years. Even now, he just put out a song, still rapping like he know what he doing, man. T.I., he's been one of those ones. Him, Ludacris, Nelly, 50 Cent. They all losing their luster right now. I mean, Lil Wayne is actually surviving the test of time because he's still, they have a lot of people to carry on the lore, and people can see the lore of Lil Wayne through the mixtapes and the DSPs and stuff like that. But hey, man, nobody will ever know again unless you were there to see it. The Nellys of the world, the Ludacris's of the world. Man, the R&B run we went on during that time, bro. Shit was crazy. But that's the verses I do want to see, man. No producers no more. Let's get back to these artists performing their songs. Whether it needs to be online in their own studios or whatever, but the shit that we saw with Hit Boy and Mike Will Made it was cool, but it was too much of their homeboys dancing on stage and people just with their phones up in a club that was not really paying attention to what was going on. That shit was kind of whack. So let's see that versus, man. No more trolling. I know 50 Cent like to troll people, everybody that gets stroked by 50 Cent, I don't know if they 100% deserve it necessarily. Hey, but hey, man, I'm gonna let 50 Cent do what he wants to do. If he's dissing somebody, I like to think that they deserved it, because I don't think he would go out of his way to diss somebody or give them a light if they didn't say anything or do something to him first to have him expressing that kind of feelings. But hey, man, who am I? I don't know. Maybe you just petty like that and just letting him know that, hey, man, don't even mention my name. You ain't gonna do shit with me. And this is why. Something hella irrelevant from music, but hey, whatever. That's how he's gonna battle you. You know what I'm saying? Were you willing to get in the mud with him? Nah. All right, pause. But, the verses probably won't happen. Let's get over to the cinema corner before we get up out of here. Knights of the Seventh Kingdom, episodes 4 and 5 passed. We had episode 4 early because of the Super Bowl. It was on a Friday, so I didn't get to talk to you guys about that. And then episode 5 came that Sunday after. Sunday next week, but didn't have a pod last week, so I wasn't able to talk about the last 2 episodes. But if you're watching Game of Thrones, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, if you read the book, you already know what's happening. And shame on you for not telling me this shit was going to be so much heat. But episode 4 was epic, man. I think this is where we catch up with Duncan. And he is being held captive by the Targaryens. They think that he kidnapped Egg, and he already had beat up Aerion. So yeah, so he was kind of in hot water with the Targaryens, and again, after they were told that he kidnapped Egg and brought him over, I don't know if they're in Westeros, but wherever they are, they think they kidnapped Egg, so it's a double penalty for Sir Duncan the Tall. So I think they're going to kill him or something like that off bat. But to remedy that, he comes in and asks for a trial by sword. He wants to fight Aerion because he knows personally that he didn't just go and hit him for no reason. He was about to kill a girl just for portraying killing a dragon in a stage play, which was out of bounds. And also Egg came over there and egged him on. If Egg didn't come around the corner and get Sir Duncan and she would have got her finger broke, she may have died, but she could have just ended up with a broken hand and maybe he wouldn't be in the situation. But as we see in episode 5, Duncan has had some past history with damsels in distress, especially of the mixed variety, that he's kind of, damaged by, and he can't just let this situation go by and have Aerion beat up on this girl. You know what I mean? But anyways, after he goes out there to the council and demands a trial by sword with Aerion kind of tries to reverse the book on him. It's like, actually, let's do a trial by 7, and we'll have 7 knights from the King's Guard and a couple of knights with me, and you go get 7 of people, if you can gather 7 people to fight against me, and we go toe to toes like that. You're not gonna get a chance to go head up with me alone, you 6'11" motherfucker, Aerion tell a little. Though he got a little bit of skill, Duncan's intimidating, being 6'11". He's supposed to be 6'11", almost 7 foot tall, in this shit. So, dirty ass motherfucker. So after that, all the Targaryens, the uncle, Baelor, the father, all kind of see Aerion as weak and a coward because he don't want to fight Duncan 1-on-1, and he's calling for this ancient ritual that nobody has called upon in years. And it's embarrassing, man. He knows that Duncan can't get 7 knights, and if he did get 7 knights, he planned to, pull the rug from under his feet anyways. It's very cowardly. And the Targaryens know how his nephew, or how Aerion is, but, he's family, and you can't really go against family, though they may not like it. They allowed the trial by 7 to go on. Yeah, so that kind of led to a conflict of, all right, how is Duncan going to get these knights together? He can barely get a shield for himself. So how is he going to be able to find 6 knights to fight by his side? But luckily, he did get some knights that he met. I don't remember where he met these guys to actually get him to fight by his side. But I think he found about 5 guys. No pun. But there was a couple of guys, the apple tree kids, the cousins. He found them to participate in the trial by 7 to fight by his side, and he was super pumped to do so. But you know how tricky that stupid ass apple tree cousin was. He was a slickster, only cared about himself. I think Aerion offered him a plot of land or something, some prestige to betray Duncan and join Aerion's side at the last second, leaving Duncan short of 7 people to fight. in the Battle of Seven. You know what I mean? Some bullshit, some Targaryen ho shit that Aerian's doing anything he can not to get the hands put on him by Sir Duncan. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, we're in the ring waiting for 7 people to come. If you don't get those 7 people, they're like, fuck it, we're just going to have to kill you because you don't have 7 people to fight. You know, you see Duncan out there trying to preach to the crowd. Y'all see how the Targaryens be doing. Yeah, y'all see how they come out here, do whatever they want. You know, you guys like rulers just to do whatever they want without reason. Everybody's scared of the Targaryens. These wealthy families out there are in the Targaryens' good graces. You know what I'm saying? They're scared to stand up against them or step out of line at all. So they're just sitting there looking at Duncan like, I'm sorry, bro. You ain't gonna recruit me. You sorry. You're just gonna have to die. It comes to even a point where a dude stands up like he's gonna help and just farts, my nigga. Like, he farts. Like, bro, it's just pure embarrassment, pure shenanigans. Aerian got everybody here, expecting a fight just to pull some shit that he knew was gonna put Duncan at a disadvantage to where he couldn't fight. But luckily, Baelor, the uncle of Aerian and soon to be prince or king of the Targaryens, or soon to be king, decided to take Duncan's side because he sees what Aerian's doing. There's no honor in it. And he felt like, all right, the King's Guard is not going to attack me. I'm going to be king. I can just fight by your side and just help you out, and I'll be an advantage to you. Yeah, that's kind of how episode 4 ends. 30-minute episode, so it's not very long, but it's straight to the point. Let us know you got to see some shit happen next episode, setting that shit up. And as we get to episode 5, the penultimate episode, it starts to go down. We got everybody on their horses. We ready to fight. We saw how they were jousting in the beginning in other episodes. It starts with a joust, so then it gets kind of fucking messy. They start swinging maces, start swinging swords, killing horses. I don't really know how they joust be working, but it's fucking violent as shit. But in episode 5, it was kind of crazy because right when we get into the battle, Sir Duncan starts getting fucked up. He gets stabbed right away in the chest, impaled by a joust pole. Then he gets hit in the face with a sword, knocked off his horse in the first 2 seconds of the fight. Then it goes directly to flashback. I'm like, bro, no way we're about to do a flashback right now. But the flashback was needed. I'm not going to lie to you. We got to see Dunk as a small kid, along with his friend, though it seemed to be his girlfriend, Rafe, back in the day when he was a young lad. He's only supposed to be like 15, 16 in this show right now. So, hey, he was a teeny lad just a couple of years ago. So he looks like he was at least like 12, 13, 14, just a young kid. But basically, he was poor. This was before he met the hedge knight that he was squiring for. The way to make money is he would go to battles where soldiers have died and kind of just loot their bodies for whatever they could loot and collect the money. Him and his girlfriend, Rafe, were trying to collect money to save up to go to the free countries where they can be free and not be slaves and have to, work for the people in the town. Though the town, I guess, is really impoverished, the money they collected wasn't enough for them to get to the free state, so they kind of just had to continue doing what they had to do to get money to steal from dead people. You even see Dunk have to almost kill a guy who came back to life while he was trying to rob him. You saw Dunk almost take his life, just knowing the griminess and the dirtiness of what you have to do to survive back in those days. It was crazy. For just coins that were worth nothing, just pulling the horseshoes off of horses, taking the money, teeth out of dead people, money out of dead people's pockets. It was treacherous, but we saw him get it out the mud, and I guess that it was called Flea Bottom is where they were, the city they were in. But even in Flea Bottom, there was people that were hustlers trying to get it. We saw Dunk and Rafe run into this hustler with one hand who tried to steal Rafe and Duncan's money that they saved up to try to get to the free states. They couldn't fight back, because he has a gang of underlords who were kind of holding shit down, robbing anybody who had money, doing what he wanted to in the bottoms, trying to make it himself. Man, these people came from the gutter. They get it however they can. But Rafe herself is, a slickster. She be stealing and shit. She got quick hands. But this time she stole from the wrong person, man. Alistair, this one-handed bandit stole the money from Duncan and Rafe, but Rafe thought she got one up on him by stealing his knife and stealing from him when he was least expecting it, but he caught up to him. The first time he stole like some money from him, stole from some some possessions from him. She got caught by him and his goons took the money back and took their money for stealing from them. And then as they were getting robbed, Rafe steals a knife from him, and he notices right away. He's like, "This bitch is stealing from me again." So he gets his knife back from her and slits her throat right in front of Duncan. Traumatizing. Nothing he can do. These dudes are just, overpowering him. Rafe has stolen from him one too many times, made him look like a fool in front of his men one too many times, and he had enough. Not only did he rob them the first time, he stabbed her, cut her neck open, watched her bleed all over Duncan. Duncan was traumatized. And they were going to kill Duncan too. But the hedge knight came out the night that he was hedge knighting for. I forgot his name. That's my fault. Came out and took care of the dudes. Cut one's head off. And then went ahead and got into a battle with Alistair down to the last second. Actually, he may have cut Alistair's head off right away because he couldn't really fight with one hand. And then one of his goons, he came down and got to a really big fight with, but ultimately ended up besting him. The hedge knight was a big drunk, saw him abusing Duncan and just kind of saved him and just walked back in the bar and just walked away with 2 dead bodies right in front of him. 3 dead bodies, including Rafe. Yeah. After seeing that and Dunk losing his best friend, he's like, bruh, I want to be a squire for this guy who saved my life. So he followed him as the hedge knight left town and was just traveling with his 3 horses, hiding behind trees, drinking mud, trying to survive and not be noticed by the hedge knight. Just kind of follow him around. I don't know what his ultimate goal was. I don't know if eventually he was going to gain the courage to just go out and just introduce himself to the knight. But ultimately, Duncan almost dies following this hedge knight around. And after following him forever, basically, the hedge knight takes him in. And, after almost dying, hedge knight gets at him, "Get up, man. If you're going to be my squire, you got to be stronger than that. I'm going to teach you the ways." And he took that all the way back to the battle, man. All of a sudden we see, "Get up." Like the hedge knight was saying to him when Duncan almost died as a kid. The flashback gives him enough strength to get back up and continue the fight because he has to fight to win this trial of 7 to be not found guilty and not killed ultimately anyways. So he wakes up and continues to get his ass whooped. Me personally, I thought Duncan, once he woke up from this shit and got one-on-one with Arian, he'll put hands on him and all the other knights in the battle. But we go to see that Sir Duncan the Tall, he's not very trained. He's big as a motherfucker, and he can take a lot of damage, but he's not super skilled with the sword. He's not super skilled with it. He's powerful. He overpowered Arian a whole bunch of times. Ended up cutting his groin. But before all that, got stabbed up to the point where he died, basically. He looked like he was dead. Arian was looking to his father and was like, "Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's obviously guilty. The gods have chosen. I'm victorious." But he heard that get up from the hedge knight in his head from the flashback, and he gets up and is able to best Arian. After being all beat up, stabbed up, I got not stabbed out, but slashed to where you can't see, stabbed in the stomach, impaled still with this, with the joust, poked a whole bunch of times by Arian through the chainmail. Yeah. He was still able to get one good blow, cut Arian in the groin, may have cut his nuts. I don't know. That shit was nasty. And started beating his ass to the point where Arian gave up, made him say he yielded to his family, and ultimately he won the fight. Showed his strength, showed his resolve, showed that the gods chose him to actually win. So, and he, winning that, he can be knighted and become a knight, showing his valor, showing everybody in the town that he's with the shits, you know what I'm saying? It's not this little bitch, this unbeknown guy that everybody can just walk over and think he's just the guy that's super tall. You know what I'm saying? He proves himself, wins, shows everybody that he's with the shits, and he's a knight that should be respected and is on the come up. So after the fight, he is being tended to by his armor makers and his team. And hey, the young apple tree guy survived. He was holding his own. Threw up at the beginning of the fight, but he held his own and he came out alive. So we saw that happening, and we saw everybody kind of live. There was one guy that died that they said died. He wasn't really known, I guess, to Sir Duncan or in his close circle, so he didn't really react that bad about it, but he died at the beginning. And he was kind of praising that everybody else survived. He took most of the damage, and everybody else on his team, was pretty much alive, and he didn't have to be responsible for their death. Then in comes Prince Baelor, man. He's like, yeah, you did well, man. You survived. And Sir Dunkel's like, man, I want you to knight me. I want to fight for you. I want you to represent me. I want to represent you as a hedge knight, and let me be your knight, and you take me in. And he was about to do it. Then all of a sudden he started rocking back and forth, and he wanted to take his helmet off. He had a little, you know what I'm saying? He's like, go ahead and take this helmet off for me. And the armor guy was like, I can't get the helmet off. It seems like it's lodged into your skull, like it's lodged into your head. Let me just work at it a little bit. He takes the helmet off. Prince Baelor has a hole in the back of his head. He touches it and just falls out and dies, bruh. After all that, after taking all that damage, being proud that nobody died in his squad, finally achieving a status to where this prince, this to-be king of the Targaryens, can knight him and he get that honor, he just ends up dying, bro. Due to his brother hitting him in the head, bro. His brother killed him. His brother's mace hit him in the head, lodging the helmet into the back of his head. And the only reason he was alive was he kept that fucking helmet lodged. And then he dies at the end of the episode, and then he just goes away, goes black, man, leading us to this next episode, which is gonna be crazy, bro. Which is going to be crazy. And by the way, that was a great review, but I feel like I just chopped that off. Episode 4 and 5, man. Watch it right now, HBO Max, dog. This is one of the best shows that's been out on HBO Max in a while, doing justice for after Game of Thrones kind of left a sour taste in our mouth from kind of what happened in their last season. But I'm enjoying it a lot. They're supposedly doing a whole bunch of seasons, so this book, I guess, Sir Duncan and the whole Game of Thrones lore doesn't have really much of a story. It's kind of mysterious. They just mention him from here to there. So they're supposedly trying to do 15 seasons out of this. That's the word, because it's been received so well. They're going to do like 5 seasons on Egg, 5 seasons on Sir Duncan the Tall with some of his stories, because Egg is supposedly like a big matriarch to the Targaryen family, like the great grandfather of Khaleesi, and obviously of Jon Snow and all that shit too. So it's really good connective tissue to the Game of Thrones lore that we all know and love. So go check that out, read the books, and we're ready for shit to come. Hopefully the season continues to be as good as it is, man. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you guys now, man. It's about an hour. Get in and out. You already know how it goes. But this is the end of the pod, where I like to let know where you can find me at is SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Hey man, I'm starting to enter this GTA RP world. Got my PC, got me readied up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on streaming yet for it, but hey, join me on Twitch. I got the PS5 going, still got the Madden Marvel Rivals, gonna start Arc Raiders soon, but now I'm doing the GTA RP. So follow me as I learn, get shit going, get in the city, learn how to drive, learn how to do a whole bunch of stuff. It's trial and error, but follow me, Patrick, or Lydell_Dinero 22 on Twitch. Follow me as I learn everything, man. We're still on the road to 51, trying to become an affiliate. So by the time TwitchCon comes next year, I can be a part of it and have this family. I'll be out there represented the right way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, of course, you can find the podcast on Best of Bias, on Instagram, Best of Bias, on TikTok, and of course on YouTube. 300 videos. There's going to be 301 AKAs. We're doing a great job. Thank you, brother, to get these videos out, showing people this face. My mustache grew back. Last episode, I shaved my mustache. I don't have your grew back for y'all because I was scared of how y'all would receive me, but it's back now. You know what I'm saying? Time for another shave. This weekend, we're going to be at a birthday party. Happy birthday, Keem. We showing out for you. Hopefully, we're trying to get to the Nuggets Warriors game on Sunday, so I hope I get some content for you guys from there. Like, subscribe again. Tell your friends about the pod. Keep on listening, man. We're growing the family, still trying to make that imprint. Hit the algorithms right. Maybe we can be on Netflix. I don't know, man. I don't want to put the content exclusively on Netflix and get it taken from YouTube, so we can't do YouTube anymore, because, you know, I'm not saying I'll ever get to that height. It's only we can wish, you know what I'm saying? Not to be anytime soon, but keep liking, keep subscribing, sharing the video with your friends so we can possibly get there one day, man. We'll have more guests on soon, I promise. It'll stop being only me really soon, I promise you that. So we can get some more guests, some more perspectives, and just some more smiles on here, man. But that's pretty much it. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. It's episode 274, season 4. Season 5 coming real soon. If you want to be on the pod, hit me up. Let me know where you at. Let me know where you're coming from. But yeah, again, it's the Best of Bias Podcast Lydell Dinero. Thank you for being here with me. Where that theme song at is right here. Have a good weekend. Love y'all. And hope y'all loving each other as well.
It's the best that's the bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best the bias. It's the bias. Yeah, it's the best the bias.